Shadoweh. I am joined by a fellow runner and friend of mine, Kristen Ariam. Feel free to say hello.
Hello there, I am the wonderful assistant. I've put makeup on especially.
Wonderful. Alright, so let's get timing started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm immediately going to skip that FMV cutscene there. And just go into this intro cutscene of Yuna dancing at a concert. It's not actually Yuna though, spoiler alert.
It's not Yuna, it is someone else disguised as Yuna via the uses of dress spheres.
Yes.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's
Unfortunately, also, this is PC, so there is no real emotion. What can I do for you at the beginning? We just skip straight past it. It's wonderful.
Alright, so she's gonna use ecstasy to, I think, double her goons' health and give them regen. We're gonna try to do some attack chains here and have them basically time their attacks one at a time to do more damage. Like so.
Yuna didn't turn around the whole way, which she is supposed to. I think I've ever seen her turn around halfway. So if you attack her back, your attacks do double damage. But only Riku's attacks did double damage.
Yeah.
And then these lads just died. Some attack.
Unfortunately, Pain got attacked there, so I couldn't get the attack sun chain. There we go. So we're gonna skip two scenes here.
Just hopping in to let you know there's echo. Sadly don't know how to fix it.
Neither do I.
Is the echo of both of our voices? Or is it just one of us?
Yes, everyone.
Well, I'm gonna walk along this wall here to prevent another encounter with these LeBlanc goons here. Skip the scene.
Has anyone of you opened the stream?
No, I have not. I have the audio muted for stream.
And it wouldn't matter on my end.
Yeah.
I'm trying to run through my head of everything that causes echo, and I've got nothing.
Yeah. I know Mash mentioned something about, you know, having my microphone muted on OBS. So maybe? I don't know. Cause I still have it on.
It's all on the wrist.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Yeah, do that.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, sure. Get right on that in a sec. Here.
What?
Okay. And we'll see how it goes. If people can still hear me or not.
Okay.
But it won't be yours for
Well,
long.
hopefully it's gone now. And if it's not, we're just gonna cry openly. What you missed there in that fight, there is a fair amount of attacking. We're just gonna talk about the previous fight and do the wrong thing. Where we don't talk about what's currently happening. We have to steal some things in order to get 9,000 gil for some wristbands later on. This transition here is mandatory. You have to change the dancer so Yuna can blind LeBlanc. If we could not, we wouldn't, and it would be so much faster. But unfortunately. So at this point we're just chaining attacks together and we're hoping for a crit somewhere, so it skips Thunder. LeBlanc will cast Thunder and that will stop whoever is being targeted from attack. And she's gonna cast Thunder here. Oh, never mind.
I won't let you off so easily next time. Get back here! Riku.
Yeah, just didn't remute it for when I'm testing. It's fine. Look, all of the greatest artists ever have their kinks, and we just need to iron them out.
I've complete.
Yes. So, mandatory story triggers for this bit.
He really has improved quite a bit.
For people who've never played 10-2 and just played 10, I mean, first of all, keep it that way. You've made a wonderful decision in your life. Brother has changed a little bit. He's gone from a shy, retiring lad who didn't really speak much English to a very loud and brazen Albed person. Okay, so now they can't hear Shadoweh. Good. Just... Good. Okay, that's fine. He's not saying anything of note. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, we're trying to fix it. It's fine. So, Shadoweh can't unmute himself because we're just going to start echoing. So, it's fine. You guys are just not going to hear him for a bit. Select second option here. So, we get a tutorial about garment grids. And then we get a better garment grid to stick our dress spheres on. They'll just help us do a little bit more damage. This here is the creature creator. You can capture fiends across all of Spira. The fiends in this game that can fight for you, in a sense of almost non-interactive Pokemon, do so much more damage than Unipane and Riku could ever dream of. So we'll be using them for most of the run. I think it changes at some point. Unlucky, you got the big four-legged lad. We need the flan from... Oh, you also got a medium trap pod there, so he can never catch it off that anyway. Did you get another medium pod? Holy hell. I thought to myself, like, damn, I don't remember seeing that first one before. Okay, now he's got a small one. Now he should get the flan. There he is, in all of his glorious glory. He deals a lot of damage. Yeah, this is hilariously bad pod work. This is about as bad as it can go. Okay, so we need Goon and we need Femgoon. We haven't caught Femgoon yet, have we? Oh god, of course we haven't. Okay, so there are 4 possible creatures you can capture from here. 2 guns and 2 You know what this is? It's like 5th try and then 3rd try if we get Femgoon. A 5th try Flan, the dream. Ah! 5th try, 4th try. Okay, so at this point he has to start releasing creatures to the wild in order to be able to catch, because your team is finite. You can only have like 7. He's gonna have to replace 2 of them here. It's empty? What was there? Was that a medium? Another medium? Oh my god! What is this? This is... okay. There we are, there's the small one. Okay, so this is like, okay, 5th try Flan, 7th try capture it. Yeah, that was... So, fun fact, I used to have world record of this run a very long time ago, about like 2.5 years ago, and I grinded this game a lot. And that would be the worst RNG I've ever seen and or played through. That was... wow. Anyway, so say goodbye to Yuna, Riku, and Pain. They're going to get replaced by someone magical. Yeah, you... So, he's supposed to put Thief on the garment grid first. There we go. And now he's going to put them all on Vanguard and not First Steps. Vanguard just gives you, I think, 20% flat more strength, or 15 flat strength, or something. It gives you more. Okay, so to suggest that we're no longer on world record pace would be a mild understatement. Now we're just unlearning some abilities. We don't want Flan to ever cast Magic Up or Water Up. He'll deal, once he's in the party, he will deal 9,999 damage. But he won't with Water. He will with Flare. We're taking fire off Femgoon because we don't want her casting magic. Their attacks do considerably more damage.
Hey, the rocks are floating!
Don't tell me we gotta climb up that thing.
Yes.
No worries. I'll take you to the top.
So currently Shadoweh is just going to sit here and just be muted for quite a while until it's fixed. So you are just going to have to hear my voice. So there was a sphere echo location thing that came from Gaga. There is a global system that procs if a sphere is located somewhere. A detail I just remembered. I don't really understand how it works, because by this logic, there are only 2 sphere hunters in the world, and that's not a lot of
That's fine.
But regardless, there was a sphere here, so we've come to Gagazet to get it. The first minute or two of this is just go to main story trigger, skip main story trigger.
Think this map?
It's a shame that the monsters in our party don't replace Yuno, Riku, Painting. I would much prefer seeing 2 goons and brother go on a magical adventure across Spira. Yeah. I can hear you, and that's what matters. So we're about to see just how powerful these now wonderful creatures are. So 3 camera angle changes. There we are. Skip. So the creatures use a star system in order to attack. 5 stars means they hit really hard, but they take more damage. 0 means they take no damage, but they also deal no damage. We pretty much only have it on 5 unless we're being attacked by something really scary. I wasn't looking out for steals. I think you got 2 steals, which is probably... Okay, good. I think you got the steals you needed. No, well, that's okay. Well, you're gonna need the ring. Okay, he got 1 steal.
And this is the thing.
Hey! Who does she think
So
she
that fight on
is?
PS2 where you don't get creatures is a fair bit longer. You have to throw grenades to deal a bit more damage, manually steal. Creatures can attack and steal at the same time. It's complete nonsense. Yeah, because they have Mug. So, now they ran away after having their butts whooped. And we have 6 minutes to get to the top of the mountain. Luckily, 6 minutes doesn't count in battles like it does in some other RPGs, so we have all the time in the world. Now, let me rag on 10-2's encounter system rate at some point. 10-2's encounter rate, oh boy, is not very good. Generally, in Gagazet, you get anywhere between 0 and 4 encounters, and each of them are about as well. 0 encounters is really rare. I'd say like 5 encounters is super rare as well. But you can easily get 1, 2, 3, and 4 in between there, and it's nothing to do with your movement. It's you got more encounters unlucky. Also, fun fact, someone in that towards the end of that fight stole a budget grenade. In the old route that we used to do, you needed 5 budget grenades, so one of the monsters could have an ability called Assault, I think it was called. God, we're talking like 3 years back, this is a while ago now. And what that did is it gave everyone haste and berserk, so they'd attack really, really, really quickly. but it was completely random as to whether or not the creature was then. So, for some of the later fights, it'd be hell. Either they casted Assault or they didn't, and you just lose a lot of time. The route now is a lot better, it's a lot more consistent. Essentially, Flan hurts a lot harder than Assault ever could. So that's 3 encounters you've had so far, I think? Yeah. Okay, 4 encounters he's had so far. That's pretty unlucky. Might even get the mythical 5th. Oh, the mythical 5th encounter! Right, yeah, this is pretty bad. I've never seen anybody get 6. Okay, we're spared from 6. We're spared from 6.
Let's show them.
So yeah, some mandatory fights. They're trying to get to the top, so they're just letting us slaughter their goons in the end. I'm trying very hard to not use the term "that's never happened before," because normally that's a cliche. Normally it's just like, "Oh my god, that's never happened before. That is crazy." Oh, are we gonna get the jump glitch? There is the thing that can happen there where Yuna jumps up the platform and then immediately jumps straight back down, and we don't really know what causes it. So if it happens to you, just unlucky. But yeah, I'm trying to avoid that cliche. But this is hilariously unlucky. You could do 100 runs and probably not have this. Yeah, yeah, they've inexplicably fallen off despite winning the race. They got up there before we did, but they're all now hanging off one another on the side of a ledge. Yeah, so would anybody like to take a guess on what this crab's name is? It's a very... I mean, spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you. It's a very, very intimidating crab. Terrifying, some may say. Unfortunately not that, though. It's Boris the crab. Boris the terrifying, terrifying crab. Dante's name in the German version of Ocarina of Time is Boris. Alright, cool.
Well,
They can't hear you, I take it still, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah. Until Canon comes in here and says something, he's just gonna be muted, and that's fine. It'll be magical and friendly. I did not know that Dampe German thing though. It's fairly interesting. I shall steal that joke and use it without credit. Thank you very much. So some more skipping in the streams. Brother is now very hurt because he heard that Yuna was in a fight and then jumped out of the airship onto Mount Gagaset. He appears to be not particularly hurt for a man who has fallen several thousand feet, but, you know, it's fine. So here we go into the shop. This is why we needed the steals. We sell every accessory other than muscle belt, so we can get either 8,000 gil, which I believe we have 6.5, 9,000 even. Never mind. That means we just get like one extra wristband or something. You can get one extra wristband and then stick Charm Bangle on someone who isn't on the party, but I don't really think it's worth it. Yeah, getting 4 wristbands Muscle Belt Charm Bangle is better.
Think it's worth anything?
Yeah, we got the sphere,
It's not very exciting.
and then we decided it's probably just junk. The only reason Yuna's looking for a sphere is to see Yuna. Remember, because you're allowed to give him a custom name and text, they can't actually refer to him as Titus. This is a cheeky 7 text boxes worth of skipping, and then we're going to Calmlands. Now, we're only going to Calmlands because they sell a Charm Bangle, and a Charm Bangle means that you don't get any encounters at all. It's completely busted that you're allowed it this early on, but it's also really nice that you are allowed it this early on. Encounters in this game are not hard at all. They're just a bit of a pain, and they take a bit long to kill. They just don't really do any damage. Like, as you can see here, the wolf did 9 damage, and then he did 5 damage. They barely give any XP if you kill them. They're not great. So we just get to skip them and only fight bosses from now on. The last time I did this menu was in Chinese, so I was having to half guess where things were in the menu, being in English help. Yeah, Shadoweh helped me with that because I couldn't remember which menu. I couldn't remember which option in the menu to get to the travel agent. Yeah, there are also mini games here. We're not going to play any of them. So sorry, someone just knocked on my door. Yeah, we bought 410 credits. We already have 100 for free. We bought Charm Bangle, and then with the 10 remain, we got a ride. Now to just equip everything, so everything does even more damage. So Goon goes from 33 strength to 53 strength, or 63, I guess, because Muscle Bulk is 20. And that's Calmlands. That's all the setup we've done, pretty much. And now to the wonders of Besaid Island.
This must be how. This is
Yes,
the first
so
time
I got used to this because I've run the game so much. Just ignore Lulu's hair. Pretend that's completely fine. Don't worry about it. It's supposed to be there.
Come back.
Like, when I knot braids into my hair, they always stand still like I've put my wet finger in an electric socket.
Kimari said he found it on Mount Gagazet.
It does look like.
So, is this Titus? Is this not Titus? Spoiler alert, it's not Titus, but it's James Arnold Taylor who did voice Titus.
Since you've come all this.
Yeah, I'm not. She was just trying something new with her hair. That's fine, but sometimes you've got to admit that it doesn't work. When you're young, you try things with your hair. Doesn't always work. You just got to accept that something's doing something. Lulu's has had this hair since 10.2 came out on PC, so maybe she should get out of this phase. Yeah, here. So, next segment coming up. Every runner's big reason. We need a code to get into the cave because there might be a sphere of Waka's parent. Yeah, we're looking for Waka. He's gone missing. Lulu wants us to find him. We need digits, or ciphers, to get into the cave. However, we're only going to pick up 3 and then guess the last number. because the last number is all the way on the other side of the beach. It takes really long to get. You have to go through another cutscene with Brother. It's just 100% not worth it. First number is 7. Oh, okay. Well, that's not a great number, but really what matters is how many tries it takes to get it. The numbers aren't the end of the world. 2's an okay number. It's ideally you just don't want 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's just too many inputs. So 2, 7 could be better, but it depends what try. Average luck is like 5th try. Cipher. So 5th or below and we're fine. 6 is bad, 7 is not great, and 10 is just lol. Yeah. 10 is what I'm low-key expecting to happen, but you know, we'll see. Yeah, there'll also be a lot of messed up inputs when trying to input the cipher. It's wonderful. Right, what number is it? It's a 2. Okay, it could be worse. Could be better, but could... yeah, there is a cutscene. That's the wrong side. We won't... Yeah, we didn't see that. There is a cutscene with Brother if you go too far right there, but if you have to go a very long way to the right there to actually get it. Okay, still nothing. Still nothing. Okay. Yeah, you do it. You do it. Okay, still nothing. Okay, there we are. So 3, and then you did higher side first. So 7th try. I mean, it's not great. Could be better. You have to start waiting. You have to wait for a worker to talk before you can skip that. This is skip a bunch of cutscenes. The boss upcoming has an attack called Fire Breath. We want to skip that, so we just gotta hope that our damage rolls are high enough. Sometimes it goes off, sometimes. This is a sphere, but it doesn't have Waka's parents on it. I think it has another 4 set of secret ciphers that you can use later on in the game to unlock. So every time you see one of those purple bars, unless it's on the flan, it's bad. You always want the creatures to be attacking. Every time they use an ability, it's very slow. Okay, we skip. He was about to do it, but we just skipped.
One more.
So anything that has moving physics in this game doesn't really work properly. As you can see, Yuna's skirt just clipped through her leg pretty hard. In the open world, it's fine. As soon as it gets into cutscenes, it's just very rigid, for lack of a better term.
And anything?
So...
I'm going to be a fight.
That...
But just how? Sure wish I...
You read me? You guys about...
Yeah.
And mission complete. Technically it's faster to do Xanacan first, just so you can 100% skip Flame Breath, but most runners do, well, I say most, every runner does Besaid first, so
I wanted to keep that.
you can get over the RNG of ciphers first.
Whose idea?
There is a skip you can do here, so you have to go up that little hill and talk to Isaru. There's a skip that you can do from 10, that you know you can do from 10, where you talk to someone, so you're in their dialogue, and then you move towards Isaru into the cutscene space, so you're in two different things of dialogue at the same time, and it gives you free movement. So the game thinks that you have resolved the cutscene, then you just move on like normal. It's super inconsistent, it's super hard to get, and by the time you do get it, because of how far away the NPC is that you need to talk to, you may as well have just run into Isaru's. Nobody bothers doing it. One day there will be a super cool, super cash setup for it. We just don't have one.
Taro, Hana, you ready? What was the clue again? Come on, it's key. Oh,
So, the wonderful Gullwings, they have one purpose this entire run, and it's to get in the way with unskippable cutscenes.
Which way?
The Kinderguardians, or if you run in Chinese, the Kodomo da. The Chinese version is the fastest version, so... Yeah, Rip Parsay, we're never going to remember his name, quite frankly. In our minds, he is a minuscule...
It's me.
So yeah, do you remember me? Of course I don't. He gets offended, well, it's me, Parsay. Unfortunately, Parsay, we've got to be rude to you. It's 2 lines of dialogue versus 1 line.
Nice to meet you, Lady Yuna.
What are you doing here? There are fiends around.
Fiends? Ha!
Unfortunately, everybody who seems to know how to fix the audio issues appears to be asleep right now. So it may be me a little while longer that you're going to have to just hear my
Some kind of treasure hunt?
So key.
drearing English voice and not hear Shadoweh at all. It's fine. I'm responding to some of the things he's saying, you just can't hear what I'm
We paid
saying.
15 whole gil for that. Come on, let's go.
I'm pretty much reiterating some of the things he says, like now.
Move out. See you, Lady Yuna.
Unfortunately, the only American accent I can do is from the Southwest. Because I can do the one accent everybody can do, a Valley Girl. Shadoweh's not a Valley Girl. So... Okay, well, he's just informed me he can do a Valley Girl, which is good, but doesn't help the problem that I can't impersonate him. So...
The clue.
What? The Gullwings?
Kimon?
yeah,
Monkey.
We won't let you.
yeah, don't mind Ricky's face there, it's completely fine. In fact, just don't mind Ricky. It's horrifying anyway. Yeah, some more smacks. You get more budget grenades here. Again, would have mattered 3 years ago, not now. So you remember at the beginning we're doing like 40 damage, now we put some wristbands, muscle belts, and we've got a few levels under our belt. Now we're attacking for like 250. Shadoweh just typed in chat, showing how interactive the battle system truly is in this game. I think there was once a time where I decided, oh god, so battles used to be long, and there were certain enemies where you wouldn't mind if they hit you. So I would turn it on 5 stars, go to the bathroom, and then just walk away, and then come back. It's fine. He can add his input in chat whilst I am talking on stream. It's fine. You can ignore that goon there. It's really nice. If you talk to her, it's like 3 lines of dialogue, where if you run straight past her, she's like, "What? What are you doing? Like, I'm right here!" And gets offended, and then she fights you. These battles are a little confusing. You never know how many things are up, because you're fighting goons with goons. I don't think we have any other choice. Shadoweh can just commentate in chat. And it will be wonderful and magical, and it'll all be about the friends you made along the way and the journey. So run through here. Oh, right. So if you haven't already guessed, this is Anakin. It's a holy land. And what happens to any holy land once a businessman, or someone who considers himself a businessman, gets in charge? That's right! It's now a tourist trap. So this holy land that was once magical and used to rid sin from this world. Yeah, people come here and, you know, they pay gil. Not a lot, 15 gil for a clue. Like, 15 gil to access the treasures of history just gone is wonderful.
So?
Well, it's...
Oh,
And then we turn around and be like, Sid, you know, this isn't really right. And then it takes him the entirety of the course of the game to be like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Sid is Yuna's uncle. Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah, Yuna and Riku are cousins, and Sid is Riku's dad. Riku turns around and says, well, it'd be like if we turned home into a theme park. Would you like that? Still doesn't hit him hard enough to immediately change
who's
that.
there?
You have done well to make it this far, Sphere Hunters. But you will not have the treasure you seek. So
Yeah, luckily, there's a few input breaks in 10-2. We're not missing many of them.
if you want the treasure, you
It's
must
fine. During
read the
Moonflow, when I tell all
password.
the jokes, if one of them doesn't go down well with chat, I can just say that
The
you
clues?
told me to say. And
I know. The password is
no
right.
one will know otherwise. It's fine.
Yes, good. Okay, so now tell me.
Oh yeah, so
what
we got the
is meaning
password.
of that?
Nobody really expected anybody to get the password. Everybody was very confused. I don't know what was supposed to happen, honestly. They're charging 15 gil for a clue, and there are 2 clues, and they literally just give you a syllable of the word you need. So,
Is
Mung
that
and Ki.
Isaru?
So the password is monkey. Out pops Isaru. It was him all along.
What are you doing?
Marrying a high pillow is the meaning of life, but
My
Shadoweh
job.
didn't pick that.
I
Shame
bring
on.
excitement to those who've come to see this sacred place. I too once traveled with the hope of seeing this place.
It is
on a map.
faster to not pick marrying a high
Okay,
pillow,
yes,
but this
I'm
is
not
also a
looking
marathon
exactly.
setting, and you've had the worst possible RNG. At this point, I'd just stick one to the game and say
Okay,
marrying
thanks
a
for
high.
coming. And remember, the ruins of Xanarkand will be waiting.
I don't think we're going to quite go overestimate with the RNG so far.
Ex-summoners come in
I
all
think we're
flavors.
okay.
Apparently so.
It's a very generous
We
estimate.
done here?
So we lost like a minute, but you know we got a lot more to
The
say.
sphere Oscillo Finder picked up a signal. There should still be a sphere nearby.
Can I explain how the game ties into the Kingdom Hearts story? Yes, I can.
Okay,
Easily.
let's
in
try
fact.
this again.
Yeah, Shadoweh can too, but he actually can. I have never played Kingdom Hearts. Well, I have, but I stopped at the minute where... Okay, so... playing Kingdom Hearts, this was like the mid-2000s, I guess, late 2000s, whenever Kingdom Hearts came out. I don't know. I was hitting cards with a key with Donald, Duck, and Goofy, and I was like, I don't want to be playing any more of this, and I need to be sorted. So how this ties in is the key that Sora has actually opens... isn't used in
How
Kingdom
about
Hearts.
kick its ass?
That key is used to open people's hearts to accept everybody in spirit, and that's how they get over the global issue. This bad boy here hits quite hard, so if he starts attacking us, we will start dropping the stuff. That's a 29. If you leave that at 5 stars, he will hit for like 200. It will really help. Okay, Shadoweh, so would you like to explain to me how this game ties into the Kingdom Hearts storyline, and then I can relay what you're... What?
All that for nothing.
So they get tricked into working for Maleficent
I can't believe how much
and
this
become
place has
evil.
changed.
Right. I mean, they're literally not. Like, that's the whole point of this game. They're not even in it for the treasure in this game, though. The whole point of 10-2 is that Yuna is looking for her long boyfriend, and the other two are just trying to escape from their... Well, I mean, Riku's bored, she has no character arc, but Pain is trying to, like, escape her past. And then, by Chapter 2, they've abandoned any notion of being sphere hunters anyway, because then they're, like, the friendly neighborhood gullwings who come along and dispatch problems for you. Yeah, spoiler alert, obviously, but... Okay, well that's a little odd, but it's fine. Most things in Kingdom Hearts is. I remember watching a friend of mine, Alfina, run one of the Kingdom Hearts game, Birth by Sleep, and I asked her the story of it, and she basically said, it doesn't matter because it's all a dream. Ah, Shadoweh used to run Birth by Sleep as well. Can you confirm this for me? Was it all a dream and the story didn't... He says pretty much, yeah, good. Yeah, sorry, the way Shadoweh was explaining how it tied into the Kingdom Hearts story made me go a bit thinking emoji. So... I mean, to be fair, it could just be that the developers of 10-2 never played the game, and I don't blame them. So, there is a sphere here, and everybody's just rioting to get it. It's New Yevon versus the Youth League? Is that right? Yeah, Christ, I was thinking... It's just a New Order song. Yeah, there is an awesome sphere, or when I was a child, in Spanish, it was an Esfera Anunciante. Doesn't really have the same ring as awesome, unfortunately. So, Shadoweh walked up to the north of the forest there was a dialogue option, and he cancelled it and walked back. That is necessary, so the game thinks that you have at least seen the password. If there are an uneven, or an odd amount of guards there, the password is Craven Monkey, and if there is an even amount of guards, it's whatever the first option. Yeah, but essentially it's first option, fourth option, first option, fourth option, fourth option. The game tries to trick you there, by the way. Initially there are 3 guards. 1 guard comes along. But 2 seconds later, another guard comes along, and it doesn't show you that until like the 4th camera angle. The game genuinely tries to trick you into choosing the wrong one. In PS2, this is a very difficult fight. In PC, yeah, we just sort of hold down 5 stars eventually. Its Haymaker attack is very dangerous, so if you don't turn down to 0 stars for that, you will die. A lot of runners don't do it in time. They die. This here stops everything, but we don't need to turn down the stars for that because it's percentage HP damage. And it's dead! There we are. The terrifying golem that New Yevon brought out to conquer the terrifying has been conquered.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Yes, there are 5 chapters in this game, we just beat chapter 1. If you're thinking that's quick, wait until chapter 4 comes around.
So?
Yeah, quick despite the RNG. The whole idea of this game, contrary to almost every Final Fantasy game, is that, I say that, it follows the side games rule, where there's lots and lots and lots of freedom. There is a story, and you can just go and blitz that very quickly if you want to, but there's lots of freedom, there's lots of side stuff to do, it's pretty much an open world, so... You can complete this game in under 3 hours. But if you're casually playing through it, you will never complete this in 3 hours. There's so much stuff to do in the other one. We got some more trap pods, some of those are special. Yeah, we don't need them at all. They capture certain things, but so do your normal spheres. It's
How'd the sphere analysis go?
It's just a regular movie sphere. It doesn't appear to have any special...
So this here is a wonderful mechanic called movie skip buffering, or FMV skips, or the Christianarium hates 10-2, and we'll find out later. This FMV here is immediately skippable. The next FMV is not skippable. I'm just going to remind you what we said earlier about how all Square Enix ports are very, very good. If you press start, the prompt to then skip the FMV comes up, which is square or X, depending if you've got like an Xbox controller or a PS4 controller. Here, we wait for 4 red lights to show up. So that was the third one. And that was the fourth one. He then presses start, the prompt comes up, and the prompt is still there for the FMV, for the next FMV. So we watch 40 seconds of a skippable FMV, and then we skip an unskippable one that's 1 minute 50. I think it's somewhere between 1 minute 15 and 1.5 minutes, I'm not entirely sure. And we do that later on with another FMV, I'm just not going to tell you what.
What's that?
Just some
Worst part of the run, probably. 10-2 basically made a minigame that doesn't work. You have to push musicians into the elevator. That's it. That's the whole purpose of this minigame. But it doesn't work. Sometimes you can push them in such a way where the third one just won't go in any way, shape, or form. Shadoweh is doing it the risky way. He's not doing it the safe way. So there is a strat where you can push Trumpet Boy and Flower Boy in very, very close together. Both on the left side if you do them correctly. So now we have to fit the fat one. Yeah, it's very finicky. This is literally a gameplay. Yeah, I think there's some space there. Yeah, there on the right and sick. So if the Trumpet Boy was a little further on the right, I don't think the fat one would have been able to fit in at all. As I said, it's a mini game that physically doesn't work. It's yes. So, you know what they say about great people always have great singing voices? This is true here. Yuna is possibly the best singer in the world. She's about to show it off for the first time. I'm not entirely sure when it is. I think it's 5 seconds from now. Okay, I'll be quiet. Is she singing right now? I can't even... Oh, she is sick. Okay, never mind. I thought there were subtitles for it for some reason. Yes. Fun fact of lore about that 10-2 song, actually. It was actually dedicated to the yellow Teletubby. So, there you go. So yeah, that FMV that we buffered earlier for the skip, we're just going to skip it now. That was it there. You saw it on your screen for about half a second. And we just saved a magical amount of time. We get to do that later on, save like a whole minute. Yeah, well, that's fine. Shadoweh told that joke and asked me to relay it on to everybody. So, now we have a wonderful dilemma, because what we've realized we've done is swooped in and stole a sphere under people's nose. Literally stole it. We held them at gunpoint. Again, literally at gunpoint and stole it. So we have a conscience and we're like, okay, maybe we'll give it back to one of them. We decide to give it to New Yevon. The game pretty much tells you in every way it can that New Yevon is the bad choice. They're the bad people in their old ways, and the Youth League is the way to go, because that's where the cool kids are at. But we give it to New Yevon because it skips fights when we go back to Bevelle at the end of this chapter. Now, we get back onto the airship. Oh no! They've committed theft. They've got one on us by committing an illegal act and ransacking our ship for the sphere. No other authorities to contact in Spira, as we all know. So she got us indeed by committing theft. So we're going to take out our own vigilante justice back on these people in the form of going to 3 different places to steal 3 different Femgoon uniforms. Yeah. They don't hint where they are at all. Genuinely. The only thing there is there's a mission in Guado Salam, but that's where you have to go once. We, however, know where they are. And we do Gagazet first now? Right, okay, I forgot about that. Okay, I was about to start... Jose even, I was about to start explaining Gagazet. So, this here's a queue. Shadoweh's on the wrong side, so the queue is going to take a very long time. Yeah, okay, he's on the right side now. So, there is a thing where you can walk up all to the top right and then the queue advances, and then you talk to someone in the bottom right and you get some items and the queue advances again. If you're really good at queuing and you can hit the trigger spot properly, I think you're a bit too far forward, that's why it's not going on. You need to be on like just behind the guy's left shoulder. Queuing normally is just faster. Getting to the proper position once you turn there is difficult, I think. Yeah. Okay. Well, a few of these positions weren't so much queuing as they were staring into the void, but that's fine. It's fine. Don't you guys hate it when queuing takes a long time? It happens. We've all been there in queues that seem eternal. That's what this is. It's unlucky. It happens. It's that darned RNG once more. So, we are here because we want to start digging. We didn't... I don't know why we want to start digging, but we do. It opens like a whole burst of different mini-games later on we won't be doing. But we do need the digging so we can go to the oasis in the desert and find Logos and steal one of the uniforms. We take the uniforms from people wearing them. Yeah, video games are mimicking reality more and more, and that happened. Yeah, here's Gipple, he's a creep, look at this cutscene. That's all you'll get. He's really... Which is weird, because he's supposed to be one of the good guys, and later on, you just seemingly forget this interaction ever happened, but for now he's a... that was the interview. He basically turns around and goes, "Why do you need a job? You're the High Summoner." Sort of a good point. You'd think you'd never have to buy a drink in a bar ever again if you were the High Summoner who vanquished sin, but here we are, digging.
We gotta find that sphere, or the...
Yes, also, look, random LeBlanc goons, there was no way you could have known they were here. Genuinely, unless you just happened to stumble into this area. I don't know how you're supposed to find out, but that's fine. Without a guide. So we just run down a little bit. It's the second time the place on the incline on the right happens on the map. That's where this... Because it's in English. I don't have to explain what the story is in that cutscene because you guys all heard it. Good. I'm used to doing in Chinese and having to translate some of it.
Sorry for the trouble. I appreciate you finding it.
A marathon setting, having it in English is quite a nice idea. So we steal it from, yeah. We just decide that we're going to take their sphere, and for some reason they're offended. Even though 10 minutes ago they were ransacking our ship for the very... End the fight with Ormi. If you're not careful, Ormi does a lot of damages with his attacks, and there are some camera angles that obscure Ormi completely. So you genuinely cannot see whom he's he does an attack called, I want to call it Shield Lob, but that's only because I'm a paladin in Final Fantasy XIV, so I can't remember what it's really called. It does a flat amount of damage, so for his brother, he's... If he ever gets to use it. He won't get to use it. Okay, we're good. Yeah, all of those purple bars, there are a lot of them in that fight, they're all bad. You never want him casting it. But yeah, we got our first uniform. You see this person in front of us with the loincloth? They're only wearing that because we stole the uniform. I don't know if we just pinned to the ground and forced their clothes off on them. And maybe at that point, calling Gipple the creep seems a little hypocritical, but you know, whatever. So with that, we got a garment grid. We're going to stick Warrior and Thief in it. It just gives us even more strength than before. So... You thought we were hard-hitting beforehand, now we're even more hard-hitting. Fun fact, if you press R2 in the garment grid, it skips it straight down as opposed to having to press down 3 times. Shadoweh was accepting of the advice and he's glad I said it. Yeah, he is fairly new to running this game. Luckily, that doesn't really matter in a game like this because finishing a run is super consistent and fairly easy. Obviously, like most things, you know, even though it doesn't appear to be, there is a skill ceiling to it.
We'll send you out there by hover. Go
weirdly,
talk to the pilot about it.
but finishing runs isn't that difficult. Oh yeah, so we come along here to dig. And she goes, go ahead! Oh, actually, there are some weirdos, by the way. Can you go and do something with them? That guy there also, he has... For some reason, you talk to him that you want to dig, and he goes, okay, tell me when you want to go. And then you can't talk to him for another 2 seconds. I used to do a cheeky little loop, or a flick there, for no good reason. And I used to tell my chat that you get to talk to him quicker, but it's not true. It's just a flat amount of time that you cannot talk to him. So I haven't really touched upon this, but there's a few cutscenes that you can't skip immediately. So you accept this sphere, and you cannot skip it until Logos says something. Earlier on, you also couldn't skip a cutscene when we gave the sphere to New Yevon until after the monks had bowed and the camera. This is the easiest of the fights, just because Ormi deals lots of damage because he hits really hard. Logos, his thing is that he's really quick, but he doesn't do any damage. And congratulations, we have a second uniform. We stole it off someone again. So now we need to find another third magical one. Yep, so, are you guys ready for Kimari's moment of fame? Here it is! Here it is! And he's... That's it. He's sorry. He gets one line in this entire run. We don't talk to him. We go to Gagazet twice. Once we don't speak to him because we're not on the summit, and then the second time there, he just says, I'm sorry, and that's it. Yeah, Kimari is also sorry because we couldn't find any spheres for him. If you keep going along, you see, cut to the... that there are Femgoons jumping up. He is the most sorry, though. And then up the cliff face we pop. This is where I get to judge to see Shadoweh's movement in the next section. So you keep moving right there and into there. So let's see if he does it. Let's see if he does it. I'm not going to tell him. So he jumps up, left. Oh, and he goes down onto the main platform. Oh, it's a shocker, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he can jump from the higher platform. He just didn't know. Once again, Shadoweh is very appreciative of my criticism towards him. He walked into the far wall there, but I'm going to put that down to him giggling incessantly.
Can you believe it? Think it's okay? Ditching work?
Talk about it all.
So yeah, where else would we get a uniform
You
from?
got me.
Hot Springs, of course. They've taken them off so they can start slacking during...
No, they're the ones.
Exactly.
You're a little help.
Look out, look
And
out!
it's time to kill Ormi again. And again, and again, and again. Fine, there's only like another 4 fights with him in it or something. Yeah, there are. It's this one and then 3 more. Yeah. Oh god, he's about to. Yeah, Stormin! He just sort of runs up and slaps him very, very quickly over and over again, and that does enough damage to kill him.
Hey! Or is it the...
How?
This is brother.
Mission accomplished. We found ourselves a uniform.
Yep, don't mind her skirt. Just don't mind her skirt during any cutscene. Her leg will always just ethereally clip through it, it's fine. So we got all 3 uniforms. Now is the time to magically go into LeBlanc's manor, because they will never know. Look at us, we're disguised, they can't see our faces. So now we can actually go to that hotspot. Again, lots of side content, we're skipping it, it's a speedrun, what do you think we are?
I hope. Worry.
This dialogue a lot more obnoxious in Chinese. In English, I just sort of think they say reporting for duty and go. It's not the most sleek operation. LeBlanc pretty much does everything she does based off of emotion.
Report.
So we go downstairs, we talk to Logos LeBlanc, we've killed them about 4 or 5 times at this point. They don't seem to mind. They don't recognize our voice because we speak with a slight lisp and slightly...
Suppressing her natural charm and... You, go...
What?
You know.
Right. I'm going to ask everybody in chat very nicely. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. I'm going to ask you to close your ears. I'm going to ask you to close your sense of smell, and you're not actually allowed to watch the stream for the next minute and a half. So, look away. Nothing's going to happen. It's super magical, fun time. There'll be lots of happiness. We're going to do a little bit of a dance. It's just they can't do the dance if you're watching. They get embarrassed. Oh, so glad I don't have audio for this. So there is a nuance to this. You always want to hit the pink. Yellow means it's vertical or horizontal to where it is. And green means it's diagonal.
Not there.
So right here is in the center. Yeah.
Good. Stop that.
Once you find out what you're supposed to do,
Ah,
it's like relatively easy to hit it. You need 32 satisfaction and 50, which we will hit. And now you can all watch. Yeah, sorry, the dance is over.
We've been waiting for.
They all had it. It's a disguising dance, so we can further penetrate the manor undetected.
We'll just have... In the meantime...
I'm not going to repeat what Shadoweh just said. I'm fine being innocent, thank you very much. So yeah, now we have to go and deal with the thing. You know, the thing. Just make sure that the secret magical button in the back, you know, the button that they were standing next to 5 seconds ago. The cutscene trigger for that is really finicky. Sometimes if you approach it from a certain angle, you can walk over it. It's really... of course, now we're in, we take off our uniforms immediately, for we can never be caught. We are... Oh god, what's the Mission Impossible guy? Ethan Klein or something? Is that what his name is? Ethan something? Ethan Hawke. Unfortunately, Ormy just like walks straight in and sees us immediately. Maybe canon. He had he remarked upon my choice of words. It's fine. Too long has passed now, it's fine. So we're picking up gold hairpin here. Gold hairpin reduces the cost MP of our spells by half. You do genuinely need...
Hey,
Sorry, just realized I forgot to post that I was commentating here in my
It's a
in my Discord. Okay, that's fine.
what about you?
The bosses...
It was too long ago. Nobody even knows what I said. Penetrate my voice.
There's a reclusa thing.
So yeah, just killing them again.
Who is your leader? Me! Me!
Here we fight Ormy, and then Ormy and Logos, and then Ormy, Logos, LeBlanc. God, that transition to go through took a very long... Oh, brother talked. Okay, right, I don't have audio on, right? I'm so glad he is gone from the run soon. So, we fought them and then they ran away and sounded the alarms. We need to activate the override. There are 2 buttons here and then 1 button in a place you cannot reach unless you run headfirst into these magical, wonderful spikes. Pretty shiny spikes, let's touch them. And this is where the 3rd button is. Yeah, it's... I got nothing. And then we go and touch the button at the end, and then we can walk straight into the final room, where we fight Ormy, Logos, LeBlanc. In the PS2 version, this fight is a lot harder because LeBlanc puts up Mighty Guard fairly quickly, and if you don't kill one of them before that goes up. The fight goes on for such a long time. Here we just kill her before she ever gets the chance to use it. Sheer output of damage we have.
I went through a lot of trouble, so don't you...
Yes, boss.
Yeah, so Thanks is already dead. And then Logos fights quickly. It's such a quick fight. Oh my... Okay, that's about as well as that fight can go. Sometimes they'll all target Ormi first, and Ormi has a lot more health, and then if a few of them are abilities, Mighty Guard goes off anyway if you're unlucky.
Please.
So we beat them into the ground. And then they let us look at the sphere, and then we assert our dominance and just look at it. And then we're on the same team all of a sudden. We were deadly rivals, but we're not anymore.
We finished our analysis of this.
I see Pavel.
In that sphere, we saw the Colossus Vegnagun. He is someone who fights by being controlled by a piano.
That's what Nucci's got in mind. What about...
It seems inconvenient, but it's a unique way of locking.
So, then I...
Because normally there are codes or a key or some sort of locking mechanism in order to use what is essentially a weapon of mass destruction like Vegnagun is. No, you just got to be able to play a piano in the right keys.
Sin is gone. The eternal calm.
We're also idiots, so we're going to go searching for it. We're just going to run headfirst in. So, to Magical Bavel.
So how...
So the reason we had at the Sphere to New Yevon earlier on is so we don't get encounters on here. If you give it to the Youth League, one person walks up and goes, "Who goes there?" And then you have to fight 3 encounters and manually run up. We can just take that gondola to the right
Doesn't stand a chance without his escort.
and have a cheeky little surf up there.
Careful. He's much stronger than he looks.
Yeah, any accomplished pianist would be able to destroy the world.
Oh, the High Summoner! Please, forgive my rudeness.
So hop on the cheeky little gondola. No one seems to mind that we're just sort of poking around their temple. We just walk straight through into a place that almost nobody goes. Yeah, because we're the good guys, we gave them the sphere. I guess we're also High Summoner, but details. Yeah, they would be attacking us if we gave the sphere to the other people. But they're not, so unlucky. Also, everybody would be running in terror because they're terrified of it. As soon as you give the sphere to someone else, you're apparently just a terrorist. In 100%, it's actually obligated that you give the sphere to Youth League, otherwise you cannot get 100%. So, more ways in which the game just tells you, give the sphere to the Youth League, they're the good guys. So we're doing the very intricate puzzle that nobody in New Yevon could ever get past. Mainly because everybody in here is like 60 years old, so nobody has the athleticism in order to jump. So the gondola in the middle was going up, it's now going down because of the things that we've been doing. So we can go straight into the Cloister of Trials.
Jeez.
No longer much of a trial, more like a slow walk through 3 encounters. Yevon did nothing. To be fair, in this game, they're both as bad as one another, so it's whatever.
The temples reek of...
Yeah. That's a hard ride on that one. Yeah, preemptives are nice, but ultimately these lads don't do any damage to us at all. We deal lots of damage to them. The temple has secrets because there are fiends inside. Nobody else has fiends inside until chapter 3, for some reason. I don't really know why. I guess because they're all old and they can't just take care of the problem themselves. Getting Phoenix Downs? Alright, I had to vaguely remember what that chest was for a second there. Okay, so he picked up Phoenix Downs for safety. My questioning it wasn't me questioning his decision, I just couldn't remember what was in. A Hypello has got this far down. Don't question it. Yeah. Yeah. He has to be there because he has to sell you things just in case you're short on restorative items, because the next bit is a bit of a boss rush. Alright, so you jump down here, and I'm trying to think where we're... I've run this game twice recently.
Let's go.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember exactly what screen we landed on. Okay, I think I know. So we jump down the massive hole, because that's what any responsible adult would do. Yeah. Yeah, there's rubble there to cushion the fall. Honestly, their shoes must be made of something amazing, because the amount of things they jump down that would blatantly break their ankles, knees, and hips is a lot, but they choose to do nothing. So, look forward here, cheeky little cutscene, and then we slide down a chest. Just call her Tony Hawk Una. These fiends, again, they don't really care about us. If they get an attack off, it can potentially do a lot of damage. Yep, I could say that. You're right. That is indeed a thing I could say. No, I'm not going to. He said it could be Final Fantasy Pro Skater Underground. You Lord summon a Skater 2. Oh, God. Alright, now what we need is like aggressive rock music. It's not really rock music, it's dramatic. If it's gonna be a skater game, you need some like rock music that you can pretend that you were always a fan of. I almost went to do the a cappella start to Thunderstruck by ACD, but then my better judgment decided against. Okay, he's just saying that there's a bit in... oh, okay. Alright, don't worry. I'll mention it when we get nearer. We're just killing things. These are the same iron golems from the beginning of Chapter 1. It's from the end of Chapter 1 even, but we now hit a lot harder than like a complete. So the towers just what Shadoweh just said. The towers you're supposed to go into are the ones with the glowing lights onto them. Fun fact: the other ones you can go into and get like a secret chest. I think you get a ribbon in. So this is Spectral Keeper from Final Fantasy X. He still has his same cleave attack, but the cleave attack doesn't hit. It doesn't do anything. Oh, he's dead because Stormin. We're not going to see the cleave attack. Feels bad. Margera? Margera. Okay. I'm just making sure that that's how you're pronouncing it. Is it not Margera? Oh god, have I been lied to my whole life? Alright, chat, is it Margera or Margera? Hard G or soft G? That's hang on, I can't. I could probably solve this by looking up a YouTube video, but I'm not going to. Yeah, but it's his name, right? Like, I'm probably. Oh my god, it's Margera this entire time. So, we're here. Yeah, okay, so enough memeing now. We're at this magical machine. In the next screen. The magical machine moves around. We can jump on it. And get the. I don't know what you call them. The moving pistons, platforms, whatever. The platforms to get us to certain places. We're waiting for a specific cycle where the one on the right is all the way up. So when it rotates around, it's nice and low for us to jump onto. On that there, you can see if you look hard, a chest on the top left and a door in the bottom right. Those two, there's a chest through the door. Those two chests, Rust and Ring. They're really, really powerful accessories. They make you do crazy damage. Or, as they're otherwise known in Chinese as the little Chinese gold accessory and the long Chinese gold accessory. Shadoweh needs notes for this, so he is just going to focus for a bit. But ultimately, it's simpler than it looks. It has a lot of moving parts, but you jump on it, you go right. You jump on it, you go left. You jump on it, you go right. You jump on it. It's really all there is to it. Further to the left. So jump up. That's the bottom left, because you need to jump up the. It's the flat wall nearest to you, but you couldn't really. Oh, right. I also guess I should say what Bloodlust and Ring do other than, like, a lot of damage, now that we're here. Bloodlust gives you Berserk, and Poison, I think. And, yeah, you gotta go down the nearest wall. There you are. It gives you Berserk, but it also lowers most of your stats. by like 50%. I think you get like an amount of strength, but it's not the strength we're getting it for. Or it is even, because we stick it on the other one, never mind, online. So that's strength, and it's constant berserk. And then ring gives lots of magic at the cost of HP, but you can only cast black magic. And also, your magic comes out faster. So Flan becomes a machine who just does like 9,999 damage very quickly, one after another, one after another, one after. It also gives haste. Yeah. We're putting Flan in our party now, and we're going to hope he doesn't die to Barreleye. Barreleye, he's very, very, very quick. That's his whole thing. He does lots of damage. If he attacks Flan once, he's probably dead. So yeah, we put Lust on the Goon. That makes him have haste and attack very hard, and then Ring on the Flan. Magic attacks very hard with magic and very fast. All of these areas look a lot more complex than they are, but that's because almost everything has a secret area. We're not doing any of them, so we're just trotting along our merry. Barreleyes on this screen, is it? Yeah. I don't think you did, but safety saving is better than not safety saving in a marathon. So yeah, as you can see, Flan has 121 HP, so if he gets hit by anything, he's dead. Luckily, he survived. And immediately gets like 8 levels or something.
You have your
Dark Bahamut is coming up next. Dark Bahamut? Go on.
With so many things woven together, what could be waiting where the threads meet?
Yeah, so if anybody remembers the Dark Aeons from Final Fantasy X, and you weren't on NTSC, which didn't have them, I think, they were considerably harder there. But here, they're a bit of a meme. Dark Bahamut is a fight I don't really understand. I guess it's because it's the end of a boss rush, and at this point you'd have done several difficult battles. It is so hard to die to this thing. It does almost nothing. It's dead already. Like, but you could hold X. You could sub in Unoriku Pain right now and just hold attack, and it would take forever to die. It's so difficult.
Why is this happening? I wish you were here with me.
So yeah, she's just annoyed all of this is happening. The Aeons are back now. They were supposedly gone, but they're back. Sort of.
Thank you, Pain. You were right. We had to fight it, didn't we?
Always a line I question. We had to fight it, didn't we? I mean, yeah, like... What did you think was gonna happen?
This whole...
You think
I have audio off so I don't have to hear that line! So there's a line in this game that I think we've already been past.
It must have fled into...
Shadoweh just reminded me of.
I must report.
With Yuna turns around and goes, with so many threads woven together, what will meet where the threads... I don't know, what will be where the threads meet, or something like that, and it's such a hot... What will be waiting where the threads meet? I hate the line. I despise it. I'm annoyed someone got paid money to write it. And Shadoweh just reminded me it existed. For anybody just coming into the stream, Shadoweh has audio issues, so you can't hear him. Well, the marathon is having. Someone's having a marathon audio issue, and if he puts his microphone on, we're both echoed, which isn't good. So I'm relaying on things he's saying, and he's also typing in chat. So, multiple fiends coming out of temples now. Not only Besaid, ignore Lulu's hat. Multiple temples. We go to Besaid first because there's fiends coming out of there. Of course, the only person trying to fight them back is Waka, and he's all injured and stuff because it's been a long time since he was a legendary guardian who could dispatch with enemies like these very easily. Apparently, in 2 years, you just lose all of your ability. Yeah, Apparently won't relay that line. Another weird cutscene skip, you have to wait until Yuna says something or until she turns before you can skip the...
Walker's inside.
Shadoweh is suggesting that he got his exercise from elsewhere that led to the demise in his strength, and it may have something to do with a certain consummation with another woman on this island. Be glad right now that I'm middle class in English, so I have a way with words like... So there's Waka, he's all injured, he's all beat up. We don't really care, we're just gonna skip straight past it.
Wouldn't want you.
Hey!
And here he is, Magical Dark Veil Fall. Because it's not scripted which one you go to first, they are always surprised that there's an Aeon. So when we go to Kilika and then Jose, there's the same reaction. It's not. Let's see if he gets to cast Energy Blast. I don't think he will he? No, not. So as you can now see why Flan Athul is so strong. He casts magic really, really quick. He does max damage. But ta-da, we've defeated a few monsters, so we're done with Besaid. Now off to Kilika Island. However, because of the turmoil within Kilika Island and the fact that that's the Youth League headquarters and we gave our sphere to New Yevon, it wouldn't matter, you can give it to Youth League and you'll still run into the same problem. There's a bit of difficulty with getting inside. So it's a tad harder than Besaid. In time alone, it's still exactly the same. Also, we'll have to see. So you're gonna have to escape through the. We'll see what Shadoweh's approach to that is. Oh, I mean, I was joking. There is one way to approach. So it's a mini game going through the gate that you cannot. It doesn't matter when you can do it. You can do it so far off, and it will still count. Another weird cutscene skip here. You have to wait for Donna to... Oh, you have to in Chinese. Never mind. Okay, in English you can just skip the cutscene immediately. Okay. Good. So there's a tutorial for this, which is a joke. You have to go through it, don't need practice, and then you just go immediately, because it's quicker than doing it. You get a worthless item for doing it properly, it doesn't matter.
There's a hidden path through.
That cutscene there is also another one that is not skippable immediately in Chinese. You have to wait until the guards are visible. So here, there are no people trying to get in until you walk up to the gate, and then suddenly there are people again. Yeah, they have cloaking technology. They probably asked Predator and, like, sort of... But it's weird that they do this now, because pretty much throughout the whole game, there are people everywhere doing everything. This is almost the only instance of it. Yeah, we run up to all 3 gates. Oh no! They're all closed. I'm really sad. Tears fall through my... So what can we do? I know! We can walk the treetops! I wouldn't go that way. I go right, middle, center, and then go back through. But I don't think it matters. So a few cutscene skips, everybody's running away from the temple. Let's ignore that a lot of these people running past have guns and armor. They're terrified, they're all out of there. Unarmed Bartholomew, who fights with nothing but his biceps, however, he's... Okay. Pro tip, I saw you do something yesterday and I didn't correct you on it because I was playing League at the time. Swap out Flan for Brotherhood. Because otherwise, Flan doesn't have enough magic to cast anything on Ifrit. And then you swap him back in for Ifrit again. You lose, you know, like an arbitrary amount of time by not doing it. And then you get to Ifrit, and he doesn't have enough MP to cast Flare, and then you feel bad because he's not doing anything. No, just switch him out, it's quicker. Who's got he using? Don't worry about it. Yeah, this is this is quicker than healing and giving back MP, because you have to use like an ether on him as well. So that's Bartholomew. He is Bartello. What's Bartholomew? All right, whatever. It's Bartello is short for Bartholomew. That's fine. Bartello. These things are just casually they're more annoying than they are dangerous, because they give themselves haste and they get like a fair few turns, but they deal no damage and they drop 60 XP. 60 whole XP for killing these boys. Also, yeah, swapping Brother in is quicker because it's another person that can attack immediately for lots of damage, whereas if you get Flan and then it's like 2 abilities. So there are 3 fires in this room with sphere holders in. I don't really know. You can only do it in this way. You can't. Well, you can go right, left, forward, or left, right, forward. You cannot do forward first. Because it opens the door. Is it this one? No, there's still another one. Good. So the next fight is 2 of these bad boys, and it's as exciting as you think it is. 2 of them just means nothing. They go down as quickly as they did before. There are now just 2 of them. I don't know why there are so many little fights here. Yeah. Super secret strats, they save you about a minute. Fun fact here, you don't have to run down the stairs and go over, you can just jump right over the top. And if you do the menu whilst you're jumping, you don't lose any momentum that you would normally lose. Yeah, you do a lot of the menus when jumping. That's just a thing across speedrunning though. Like, if you can do a menu whilst jumping, you do. So that way you don't lose any momentum when you close the menu and your character hasn't come to a stop. They still need to complete the jump. And if it's dead, there we are. See, the joys of Flan. And yeah, if you keep Flan in for here, he doesn't have flare, and then the fight just takes a little longer because they need to pack on that. So again, they were a little surprised that there was an Aeon there. How could an Aeon have possibly have appeared? I'm so surprised.
Another.
But it is another hole. They're not going to jump straight down it this time, though, so they've got that going for them. And hurrah! Killiker is saved. It's never actually said how much money we get from doing it. Because supposedly you are charging the people for it. Right. Beforehand, Jose Temple didn't need any help. Yeah. They have machines and marketed to help defend themselves, but historically, we all know how that's gone. Also, fun fact, those marketer you see there, those are called Rangers and Hunters. That used to be the old PC route. You used to use those lads because they had a move called... Oh god, I don't even remember. Crackdown, maybe? And it just deals a lot of damage.
Translation.
Then that.
But yeah, they now need help. Welcome to another major RNG point when you can lose a minute and it's not your fault. We didn't see Shadoweh run into the side of the door there at all. So we run along here and take the elevator up. There are 5 pedestals to be pushed into the wall. Each one of them, if it isn't... Oh, each one of them has a chance of opening the electric gate on our left where we need to go. If you get it wrong, it's an encounter. Like that. We escape because it's ever so slightly quicker. Oh, that juicy ghost XP. If you're ever looking to run this, every experienced runner of the game will always tend to go for the 4th pedestal first, and that's because that one is the worst one to go for. Don't listen to them. Okay, Shadoweh's heard my advice and just bolted towards it, and it's right! Okay, good! 3rd try. Average luck. And it's an Ixion! Riku is surprised, by the way.
An Aeon?
Merge with Albed.
God, I hate that line.
Isn't that what they said?
An Aeon?
How can this be?
Like, we've killed Bahamut, Baleful, and if... Only now is she surprised that there's an Aeon. So, time for Flan to do his thing. Bang. Ixion dies. That's chapter 3. Okay, that's nearly chapter 3. The rest of it is cutscene. Chapter 4 is very, very short. However, it has one of the most tedious parts of the run in it.
Another hole. I wonder what's down there.
Go find out.
No way.
It's an absolute joy. But we'll get there, we'll get there, we'll get there. I don't want to put you all off at
It
once.
was as though all the secrets in the world might be hidden in its depths. But something told me to...
It's been such a long time since I've read the dialogue here.
Get back!
Huh? What?
Yeah. I know, it's more it not being in Chinese. Yeah, Yuna falls down the hole. Again. Yeah, this time it's a bad thing because they didn't jump in voluntarily. I thought that cutscene was skippable. This one definitely is. So, this is another FMV skip. This cutscene is this FMV, sorry, is exactly 3 minutes long. So as the camera is panning away towards the end of it, you press start, you get the prompt to skip it, you don't skip it, so the prompt is then there for the next FMV to skip. You save a minute by watching this one, because this is 3 minutes long, and next FMV is 4 minutes. Yeah, we won't tell you what the next FMV is, because it's magical and friends and, you know, etc. And no green screen. Green screen is just a thing that happens in the PC ports. All FMVs turn green, and then the game. It definitely in 10. If it turns green, it crashes soon after.
It is me, Shuyan. I've waited so long. Len.
But I'm not Len.
Len. We disappeared together, but when I awoke, I was alone. I looked for you for so long.
Sorry, we're getting tech problems as to the audio issue.
Spira hasn't really changed at all. Everyone's still fighting over nothing, still dying like they used to. 1,000 years have passed, and they can't leave the hatred behind. I'm through waiting. I'll fix it. This world continues to fail us, and what's worse, I failed to protect you. Vegnagun will make that all go away. And we'll fade again. Together. Help me do it. Len.
Don't touch me.
Is this where we just try it anyway? Yeah.
Whose feelings are these?
Also, make sure you're paying attention to the cutscene. Skip.
Mine?
So you do it as the camera is panning away at the end of 3 minutes. Do you have live split? Okay. No. So the prompt is still there at the end of the FMV. We can use that prompt in the next FMV. It's a really silly skip. It works, so... Okay, how about Shadoweh, unmute your mic for like 5 seconds and then mute it again. And then we can get chat to see whether it's still echoing.
Okay. Checking to see if we're still echoing or not, basically.
Checking to see if we're still echoing.
Yeah, I unmuted my mic, so we'll see.
Okay. And now mute it again, just in case it is echoing.
The end is not far now.
Okay, so now we good? Oh shit! There we are.
Okay, hello. You can hear me. I exist.
This runner. His name is Shadoweh.
Hey, my name's Shadoweh. Welcome to 10-2. We're only like 2 hours in.
Give her this one too.
Well, I'm glad we've eventually got it fixed.
He's kidding.
Nice.
Just make sure Pain gets him, alright?
How do you know her?
Yeah, surprise appearance. I'm here now.
Get to hear Shadoweh. And I don't have to relay the things he's saying anymore. Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know what had happened.
Special guest, the actual runner.
But more than anything, I'm just angry.
Ultimately, I think the issue is we don't know what the issue
and I'm
is.
already
Yeah.
confused to begin with. Hey, where am I?
Alright, so we're just gonna stand here and do nothing and wait for the screen to fade out. So basically, we're going to wait for Yuna to scream and then say she's all alone, and then we're going to mash the X button, and a whistle's going to happen, and then we're just going to let one whistle happen.
I'm all alone.
Like so.
Right.
Where are you?
And unfortunately, we are only whistling once. If you can whistle up to 5 times.
Come in, Yuna. Yuna!
Yuna, reporting in.
Alright, so that's chapter 3 out of 5 chapters.
Yeah, sorry, we're just resolving the
Yeah.
the issue.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's chapter 4. No,
3.
that's chapter 3.
Yep.
Sorry, I've wishful thinking, honestly.
It's okay. If only it was chapter 4. Okay. Elevator. Had to read the notes again. I'm like, wait, where am I in this? Like, wait, where?
So yeah, you go back there, talk to Riku, and then go up to the deck, and then talk to Peg. Yep. Come back down, blah, blah, blah. So there we are, all magical. Go back down. Pain is considering leaving because everybody's having a midlife 19-year-old cry.
Yeah.
But everybody's staying together, it's all fine. She came here to get rid of her old past.
Okay.
Yeah, you torch Shinra. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So now we're gonna watch some
the
comp
places
fears.
we went to, yeah. Oh god, I don't even have to talk over you anymore.
Yeah, the places we went to previously, Shinra set down some comm spheres to basically keep in touch with all the local folks and such. So we're gonna go check in on them real quick because that's chapter 4, I guess, and we're promoting something later, a concert of some sort. And we're just going to take a lovely scroll through Kilika Woods with Donna real quick and wait for her to put the sphere down on the bed, and then we can skip it.
Yeah, that pretty much. We were...
And then...
Fun fact, actually, in 100%, this bit takes well over an hour.
Yeah.
Because there is so much to watch, and every different place has multiple cutscenes. and the hot springs has about 10 to 15. I can't quite remember the...
Yeah. So as we mentioned before, when siding with the Youth League in New Yevon, since we sided with with New Yevon, the comps here just got straight up wrecked. Like, it's gone. In Mushroom Rock, which is where their base is.
They saw it, they destroyed it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure story-wise they just shot it. So now, we need to prepare a huge concert for all of Spira to see.
Yep. This is the most exciting part of the run, I promise. For the next 5-6 minutes.
Casually, I think you're just supposed to know that Tobli is a concert and music organizer.
Yeah.
But we've done nothing like that, so I don't know how we're supposed to know that Tobli is here and we need to get him. But, you know, that's fine. Maybe someone suggests him and I've just forgotten over.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't think so.
Who likes 6 minutes of running up and down?
Anyone?
Because
Anyone?
If there, boy, do I have a treat for you if you like this.
I'd like to note, if there was a point where like we were like reading donations or anything for this marathon, we would 100% let you read donations right now.
Yeah. For 6 minutes.
There is nothing going on.
Yeah, it's a sequence where you chase Tobli up and down Moonflight.
Yeah.
So, how many 10-2 jokes do you have, Shadoweh?
None, because I was expecting you to come up with all of them.
Oh, I only have one.
Oh, okay.
And you know my one.
Wait, hold on, I've got a joke. This game is a joke. This game.
Got him, boys. Pretty much, to be fair. This should also, that works as a joke. Okay, but would you like to hear my joke that you've written?
Yeah, go ahead. Feel free to share with the class.
Is Walker's surname.
Yep.
His full name is Walker Naidu for you. There you are, thank you. I'll take my applause. Pat on the back, crowd cheer.
Get it? Because the first song of the game is Real Emotion, What Can I Do For You?
And it's What Can I Do? It's comedy genius.
Alright, that's all we got for you. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Thank you, everyone. Or morning, wherever it is.
Stopping now at the end, and we're done.
Yep. I can't hear you. That's
Alright, then.
That's part of the lyrics, by the way. Like, that's not somebody saying they can't hear us.
Did you know that you can go to Macalania to help them out with Shiva? Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you know what do you know what Yuna actually says when she sees Shiva?
No. Don't.
She says, "Ice to meet you."
Oh yeah, so we get some goofy cutscenes of Tobli just kind of zooming past us on a hover.
Yes.
And I'm sure he won't crash into anything going at that speed, I'm sure. Right, Chris? Right?
Yeah, no, he's not going to crash into any... Fun fact, on lower-end PCs, for some reason, if you walk past the next scene, it's super low FPS.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he's fine. Like, just listen. Everything sounds fine. Nobody's screaming. There's no chaos.
There's no chaos.
Wait.
Oh, what have you done, Tobli?
And the High Palo are just celebrating.
Oh, you sauce it. I think they're scared, to be fair. I just don't think there's much of a way of telling it.
They look like they're celebrating, not scared. Alright, so we find out that Tobli has crossed the Moonflow to the north bank, so we're gonna take the Shoe Puff there, which is basically a water elephant ride thing. We're gonna ride the Shoe Puff. Ride the Shoe Puff?
Would you like to know a fun fact?
Sure.
In Final Fantasy X, the option to ride the Shoe Puff, to say yes, is the first one.
Yeah.
And in this, it's not. It's the second one.
Actually, it's the other way around.
Oh, the other way around. Okay, look, that's fine.
Because I literally just sat there mashing X.
Look, I'm not a leaderboard mod for both 10 and 10-2. I don't need to know these things.
So this idiot's gonna just sit there and punch a tree and get knocked out.
Yeah, so that's 3 Albert dispatched with. We only need to dispatch with 1 more.
Yep. Because remember, we're still trying to chase down Tobley so that we can promote a concert. To bring the people of Sphere together so the Youth League and New Yevon are no longer fighting.
A concert we haven't got a song for.
Yeah, that we don't have a song for. Oh hey, the 4th Albed's gone now. How about that? How convenient.
Because he got comically trampled to sodding death by a shoe pup.
So is this game as bad as people say so? The combat is really good if you're playing it casually. Like, it's probably the best in the series, arguably. But the story...
Yeah, the story is horrendous.
Yeah.
We'll challenge anyone to...
A minor detail.
Well,
Normally, those sort of debates for someone who likes the story just turns into, well, I like it.
Yeah.
Now.
So yeah, we finally caught up to Tobley. We're gonna promote the concert now, finally. He's gonna help us out by getting his team of Hypello to go all across Spira to promote it.
Brother's orders.
So they're just gonna hitch a ride with us on the airship.
We're over the con.
And we get the black tabard garment right there that we're gonna be using later. And now we're going to go to the cabin to practice for the concert with a dancing minigame with Riku.
A dancing minigame? Okay, so you may remember earlier when I talked about the musicians and pushing them into the elevator. This minigame, the dancing minigame, also just doesn't work.
Yeah, so I'm literally just gonna sit here and spam the wrong button.
You're supposed to press the certain button along with the time, but you can just mash all buttons.
Yep.
We have a thing in the 10-2 community. It's 700 points or the run isn't back. So, don't screw up, 700 points. For the record, the maximum that you need from the minigame, the maximum reward is 150. So, I'm so glad I don't have audio for this, I remember what it is. So yeah, you see to the right, you're supposed to press that button.
Okay.
In correspondence with the rhythm, but you can just mash all buttons.
That made me sweat.
Yeah, you can just mash all 4 buttons. It's nonsense. How much did you get? 918! Oh me, oh my!
Thunder Plains will be packed.
Yeah. Did I do good enough?
Yes.
Okay.
This run will be accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not an audio
that's
issue.
Not
that
an audio issue.
That is the audio of the game.
Yes.
Wow, did you write that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And
one of the cutscenes that annoys me the most in this game, they've organized the concert for the entirety of Spira. Everybody is already out there. There's an hour until it's about to start, and only now have they realized that they don't have a song to perform.
Yeah.
They just turn around and
Thus shall lens
wait, hang on a minute.
be
What are
woven
we
into
singing?
such a sweet sound.
Yeah.
Everybody's really outside! What do you mean, what are we singing? What's wrong with you?
I'd also like to note a funny thing here. Riku asked if she wrote the song herself, when literally she just hums a few notes. That is not writing. That is humming. That is not...
Yeah, wow, did you write that yourself? What, that humming? You know what? It reminds me of it. So, oh god, when I was like 14, 15, I saw Camp Rock. Camp Rock is a Disney movie. With
Yeah,
the Jonas Brothers.
I know
It's
exactly what it is.
It's about as bad as you'd expect it to be, right?
Yeah.
It's a terrible movie of a terrible relic of an era. There's a bit where the Jonas Brother, I don't know which one is which, walks past someone and a drummer on the side goes,
Yeah?
that's it. He's not even on drums, he's just doing on a stone near him. And he stops and goes, "You've got talent, kid." And there's like a whoa moment. That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah.
They do nothing and then everybody is just amazed.
Okay, so we're at the Thunder Plains now where the concert is being held. There's apparently a giant fiend who wants to snack on the spectators who are watching, I guess. But honestly, I think fiends should have rights too and be able to be allowed to watch the concert. We're just gonna go kill it. Like, it's so rude. What if it just wanted to appreciate good music?
Yeah, again, an hour before the concert is about to start and no one was just like, is it safe?
Yeah.
No, not a concern on anybody's mind, really. They were fine. Capitalism ho, boys.
Yeah, capitalism ho, we're just playing Reseteer and Item Shop Tale. No problem.
Yep, that's the one, yep. So yeah, there's a big dragon, we go kill the dragon. The dragon is going to die about as quickly as you think it is. You can only get up this rock in front of the rock. You cannot jump on the sides.
Quick question. Should I switch to Brother because Flan does nothing to this?
I don't actually know. I think the XP is... No, it needs...
Okay.
Because health totals are like super tight later on. Right?
Yeah, that's fair.
And it needs 1250.
Just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
Because Flare does absolutely nothing to this boss. As you can see.
Yeah. It does 0 damage, but I think we need the XP.
Well, Flan's dead. Doesn't matter.
Right, never mind. It hit when it had 2 stars. I think if it was 1 star or 0, it would have... If you can't do that quick enough, did you know that you can also press G and H on the keyboard?
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
I do that because it's quicker. Because the way you do it on a controller is L3 and R3. Oh baby, he's taking the 2 rock way up. I like.
Are you judging me again?
I don't know what you mean.
Piss off, Chris.
I just enjoy seeing someone taking the scenic route. There's nothing wrong with that.
The High Pella are happy. We killed the fiend who was trying to prey on the spectators, even though it literally just wanted to watch the concert. I'm sure fiends have rights.
Oh, they don't have to dodge lightning. You just huddle them under the lightning towers.
Yeah.
Hey, we brought them. They're all outside.
So yeah, now they realize that bringing in different people from the 2 different factions is actually a bad idea, and there's going to be a fair chunk of in.
No kidding.
Yeah, so we're gonna watch them fight real quick.
I'll pick up.
The Yevonites are here too?
Hey, you. If the Praetor were here, he'd never let. What I want to know.
So yeah, they call one another a dog and this and that, and then where did Nuge go? Where did all of the leaders go? They had their own problems to deal with. They went into the Bavel trial. Barreleye being possessed, and the other 2 want to save him.
Why?
Okay, now we get to listen to the wonderful banger of a song that is 1,000 words.
Yep, 1,000. Who's ready?
Oh, apparently I didn't get it. Apparently I didn't get it. Great.
You did get it. It's just green FMV.
Yeah. Yep. Fantastic. Alright. So remember how I mentioned at the beginning of the run where there was just randomly green FMVs on the Steam version, because it is fantastic and flawless. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
And the green FMV nullifies our FMV buffer that we normally use to skip this. So...
Yep.
Shadoweh, I do have a question of trivia about 10-2.
Yep. What's
you
up?
know how 1,000 words is skippable?
Mm-hmm, I do.
Do you know who it was who found the skip?
I believe it was you, sir.
Oh, God, it was actually me. That is embarrassing. Oh, what? Oh. It was me? Oh, God. Oh, now I feel embarrassed for bringing it.
Yeah, nothing's wrong. This part of the VOD's going to get muted, by the way, because I couldn't skip this. So, yeah, you know, have fun. You know, for like 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's 4 minutes of juicy time loss right here, boys. This is nothing.
Yep, I'm pretty sure I might not make estimate now, just because of this.
The game has errors as well. I think you still will.
We'll see. It's gonna be close.
Alright, anyway, you can keep chat entertained. I refuse to be around 1,000 words existing. I'm gonna be right.
Okay, sure. Thanks. No worries, we got a local recording. Yeah, that's entirely fair. Like, normally you can skip this, like we said. It's just, you know, the Steam port fucking sucks. So, pardon my French. But yeah. And sometimes you just either can or you can't, and you literally can't see what's going on. You just hear a song, and that's it. Suspended on a green screen. There you go, that was my singing for you. Yeah, what green screen? There's no green screen at all. There's nothing wrong, okay? Just enjoy the song. See, I was gonna take a bathroom break here, but, you know, Chris decided to take one instead. Oh well. Guess I'll have to live. Suspended on a green screen. Yeah, Zoom backgrounds are just going wrong. Everything's wrong.
Okay, you know what? I like Choco Bungle's rule. If you don't skip it, you have to sing.
I am singing. I'm saying suspended on green screens. Instead of silver wings. Green screen would be better than actual images. I mean, as mentioned, you can normally skip this, and the imagery is actually very pretty for this casually. It's just, you know, Steam's amazing. The ports are flawless.
It's also a bit memey because at the end the heavens open up, as it were.
So
there's like, it stops raining.
Yeah. So fun fact. Basically, like, that's usually like another reset point for serious speedruns. If you don't get that skip there, like, it's both a good and a bad thing because you get time save, like 4 minutes of time save. But if you miss it, you get a banger song. So it's like,
You get a banger song? I don't know, I had to listen to 1,000 words quite a lot. I did not enjoy it at the end of it. You may already know this, but when a cutscene happens when you're running into that room, do you know that you can skip it before you jump over the vault?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool.
So we mentioned how in Chapter 3, all the leaders of the three factions, the Youth League, the Machine faction, and the New Yevon, all went missing. Well, we just found Gipple and Nooch, the leaders of the Machine faction and the Youth League.
Yeah, they just jump straight into Bevel.
Yep.
No, there's nothing wrong with this. We didn't know that it was going to green screen.
Yeah.
Is the issue.
We really didn't know.
Yeah, it's something that happens super rarely, and it happens on other people's PCs more than it does others. Like, I've never had a green screen in FF10 2, but I have had it in FF.
I've had it twice already, so...
Yeah, when Shadoweh's had it twice. It's just something that happens very rarely, it's nonsense.
Yeah.
But I've got a plan.
If it doesn't work?
Death.
Ah, see, Sharon, I've googled this before.
Whatever, man.
And, like, if you're not going to take what Google says for gospel, then who even are you?
Yeah.
Apparently that was just a misinterpretation, right? Someone said it as something, and then it turns out they didn't actually say that. They were just like, oh, well, yeah, it'd be nice if they were.
Looks like the video cut out. The Skype connection failed again.
Yeah.
And it was
2020, so we use Zoom now, thanks.
And it was just getting to the juicy bits, and now LeBlanc's upset about it because we missed all the juicy bits.
What about the Goldwings?
Like her, never mind, I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, dear.
So basically we can skip a scene here once the music starts up, which is after she says this line.
I'm sure he'll understand.
Like that.
It's when the music starts playing.
Yep. It's as soon as she has the line with Len afterwards. And so that's chapter 4.
Chapter 4. It's a really, really whelming chapter.
Yeah.
In which it's Moonflow killed the big thing in Thunder Plains and then like nothing for a while longer.
Yep. And then green screen 1,000 words.
Yeah.
It's fine. Everything was planned. It was RNG manip, I promise. That's what I'll just say. Alright, so we're gonna do a menu here where we get the black tabard garment grid, we're gonna give it the warrior and the thief, and then we're gonna throw it on the flan to give him more magic.
Yeah, okay, I'm looking up my PV now, you can still make estimate.
Okay, so now we're gonna go chase after them. After Nuge and Gipple. So Brother's just gonna do a little bit of a rallying cry or something, I guess.
But then he realizes that we've had multiple different names and he can't remember what we're called, but then he also remembers it doesn't matter.
And then we're actually called... Surging.
We're called Surging.
Yes, we're called Surging, and that's it.
Yeah. We're the Thunder Gym from Pokemon Fan Club.
Yes, exactly. Alright. So... I'm sure you realize there's actually more Aeons that we haven't fought yet. Well, we're about to go fight some more. If you've played the original Final Fantasy X.
So Shiva can be a bit of a pain casually because she has a freeze move. Not going to be an issue here.
Which causes stop, but it's not going to be an issue at all.
We may have a trick up our sleeve to kill them ever so slightly quicker.
Yes, we may have some cards up our sleeve.
Well, we have some flares up our sleeve for sure.
Yes, exactly. And she's dead.
She's dead, just like that. Do yourself a favor and safety save.
I will. That's exactly what I was gonna do. I know how much the sisters suck.
What I had in my first run is one of them Firaged me, and it landed on the Flan who died, and then like the fight just took forever, and everybody lived on like 0 HP.
Yep, I've had that happen before, so I understand.
This fight used to suck a lot more before we got Flan.
Yeah.
With assault strats, because if you didn't cast assault fairly quickly, the fight was really, really...
Yeah. So we're gonna hope that Mindy gets taken out right away. That's the B. She has the least amount of health. But again, there's 3 enemies. Can't really control which ones they're attacking, so we're just kind of gonna hope.
Yeah, if you want to be quick, you just don't want them attacking Cindy.
Yeah.
Because Cindy is the big one with lots of defense and lots of HP. I'm fairly certain they've just taken Ormy's model and made it a beetle with a shell.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep, Mindy's down.
Mindy is a pain because... Oh, right, I haven't even ranted against the Maga Sisters yet, have I? So, the Maga Sisters, I truly believe, are a contention for the worst boss in RPG. Now, that's a bold claim, I know, there are some bosses that are nonsense. Nice. The Maga Sisters, however, can kill you before you get a turn. It's very unlikely with the setup we have because of how quick everybody is.
Yep.
But they don't have ATB. They just get goes whenever. So sometimes they can just get 3 or 4 turns in a row, and there's nothing you can do about it. On top of that, they also have an attack called Pasado, which is percentage max HP damage, or gravity damage, however you want to call it. So you can have 9,999 HP, and then go down to like 500 from 1 Pasado. It's nonsense.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they didn't learn any abilities.
It didn't. I didn't see it. They did.
So we're gonna take Warrior here, and we're gonna swap the ring for an Iron Bangle, just so that the Flan has a little bit more health for this next fight.
How much health does he have now? 1250?
1230.
1230? So if he survives this fight, he'll be on.
Yeah.
There is a mechanic in Tail, which is the boss after Anima. It opens with an attack that does 1250 flat damage to everybody, regardless of level, regardless of whatever. It will just deal 1250 to you, and we need Flan to survive.
Yeah.
So we sacrifice damage for the sake of it living. But there's no way to not sacrifice damage and get through the fight.
Yeah. So here's Anima, the last Stark Aeon we'll have to fight. Spoiler alert, we don't fight Yojimbo.
Yeah.
We don't rip Yojimbo.
As sad as that is.
Yeah.
Anima is a very tight fight on PS2. Yeah. You need to get a certain amount of spells in and ATB weight perfectly, otherwise he casts Oblivion and that really hurts. If you play through casually, you've also probably seen Oblivion. Here, just not an issue. Just so much damage. Still, also, bear in mind and remember, we have not fought one single optional fight.
Yep.
We've not grinded, all we've gone is from boss to boss to boss, and got 2 accessories. And we just kill things.
Yep. Oh, and hey, look! LeBlanc's gang beat us here. How about that?
Yeah. Inexplicably.
Yeah, inexplicably. We didn't see them, you know, come in here or anything, but they beat us here. Alright, so now we are at the final dungeon of the game. The inner depths of the far plane, I guess?
I think it's still underneath.
Yeah.
So, if you get hit by that gate, it spawns an encounter. It's really, really dangerous.
Yeah, so you want to run right away.
Yeah. We got a turbo ether.
Yep. Nice turbo
That might help
ether.
unironically.
Can we...
Okay, you might want to wait before running into it.
Fine.
Oh my god!
Oh, now it doesn't proc immediately.
Yeah, right? Of course. That gate is such a troll. This one too.
Yeah, you're supposed to get right to them, bait them to go off, and then run.
Yeah.
Right. So the way you're supposed to do this is walk around and get a bunch of piano notes in a certain order, in order to unlock the gate. We just know what we need to do.
Yep.
What we need to do is Doti Lasso.
So we're just going to progress onwards to the second keyboard here. Hopefully not get trolled by the electric gate here. because of course. I'm just gonna wait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're supposed to walk up to the gate, bait it, it procs.
Yep.
You stand just underneath it, you run straight.
I'm mashing too much here.
So, same thing here as...
Fa, mi, fa, so, do. The first do.
Fa, mi... Well, yeah. Fa, mi, fa, du-du-du-du-du.
Yep. Da-na-na-na-na.
Yep. It's what you always hear.
And then there's another cheeky little cutscene with Gipple. After that,
yep,
there is a platform music
minigame. Minigame, which I'm not, again, going to be able to see chat for because I have notes for.
I begrudge him, but I used to do the exact same thing. I just stare at my notes.
Yeah.
If you watch it through the sphere negator thing,
yep,
it's playing a certain song.
Yep.
And you need to touch the notes on the platforms
in a certain order in order to get through. JP doesn't have this problem. JP can just run up and kill it with the early... Which I'd much prefer.
So, yeah, since we never did any sort of side quests at all during the entirety of this run, we finally get some Pain backstory at the final dungeon.
Yeah. You don't really get that much of it outside of Chapter 4 anyway.
Yeah.
Any ideas, Dr. P?
So, this ragtag group of Gipple, Nuge, Barrelay, and Pain used to go around together. There were 3 warriors and she was the captain.
If it's for real,
no, really.
Yes, really.
Really. That was her job. And then they all split off after a certain incident happened where they all shot one another because of...
Yeah, that's never going to be explained during this run.
Captain.
Yeah. And then they went off...
That's perfect.
Unexplained from that day to go and create their own faction.
Yep.
And Pain went off to be a
Spear Hunter. Yep.
Like
So,
Not working like dogs.
all this is doing is just showing the good times of when they used to be friends.
Yeah, just let the good times roll.
And right there, Gipple just took a selfie.
Yeah.
Way before his time.
Your captain and
Okay. Opening my notes now.
So yeah, all this is...
You just need to touch platforms in a certain order in order to play the song. If you get one note wrong, you have to start all over again.
Yep.
I think this minigame is a tad asinine myself,
Yeah.
but... It's also different from the song that was played before.
Yep.
It's its own different song. Also, yeah, sorry, I'm just letting him focus a little bit here.
Yeah. That's why I'm not really talking. So, apologies for not talking much. This is very tough to get down if you don't remember the order. And you don't want to screw it up, like Chris said. Because you don't want to do it all over again.
Yeah, doing it all over again is trash. Well, hang on. I'll respond to that in a second.
Okay, that's it.
Cool, there we are. So, like,
There's nothing wrong with minigames in RPGs. I think there are some that are cool. The main problem is 10-2's minigames don't really work.
Yeah.
Like, it has several in...
there's a dungeon later on in the Thunder Plains, and it's a maths puzzle dungeon. That's all it is. And it's random every time. Like, they're not even fixed answers.
So it's gonna play the entire song again for a second time for, you know, dramatic cutscene purposes, I guess.
If anything, it's to show that you've got it right, because if you don't get it right, it doesn't play the cutscene.
It doesn't play this cutscene if you didn't get it right, and you have to, you know, get into an encounter.
Yeah, you have to get into an encounter and fight something that has about 150,000 health. I wouldn't recommend.
Yeah. I believe it's the same as that thing that I got into an encounter earlier, the one that I ran away from. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a reskin of Nemesis.
Yeah. Alright, so here's Vecnagun. We're finally here. We're finally gonna start taking down the final boss. But it's got multiple parts to it, so we've got like I think like 4 or 5 bosses before the end.
Tail, leg, core,
head, Shuyin.
Shuyin.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
And a lot of cutscene and talking in between.
Yep.
Again, one of my least favorite cutscenes coming up here. Yuna explains that she doesn't want to lose anybody despite the people she lost.
Yep.
Begging to have actually. Please, we're so tired of dreaming. Like, please, you need to.
So basically, Barrel Eye has been taken control of by Shuyin. We didn't really explain that at the end of Chapter 3. And so Nuge has a plan to shoot Barrel Eye to basically kill him so that he's no longer being controlled. And once he says, I'll shoot Barrel Eye, I'll have an input break for about 3 minutes and 45 seconds. So, right there.
But if we're lucky,
where Yuna gets that wonderful speech where she says she doesn't want to lose anybody anymore.
Yep.
And she's sick of it, despite the Faith wanting to stop dreaming.
Yep.
Like, that wasn't her choice. They asked you for that to be the case, and then Tidacy shouldn't have existed in the first place, sort of. That's its whole complicated thing. What 10-2 does to a certain extent, it takes some major themes from 10 and just sort of ignores them a little.
Yeah.
I don't like your plan.
I don't like your plan. It sucks. What?
Yep.
Everybody dramatically turns around and goes, "What could you have possibly?" What a dreadfully uncouth and bad thing to say.
We destroyed our own allies. We destroyed the Aeons who had fought together with us at our side. We didn't have a choice then.
I guess I could close the pic with the massage guide now.
Probably, yeah.
That feel when I never got the tweet for the 10-2 run on Twitter. Oof.
Oh, you'll get one for the FF1 run, it's fine.
Yeah.
You won't get me for the FF1 run.
Yeah, I'll be by myself for that one.
I allowed it to be true.
Spoiler alert, I'm running Final Fantasy 1 PSV tomorrow night at 7 PM EDT. So you'll see me again if you missed too much of my voice during this run.
Yeah.
You'll actually hear me for the entirety of that one. Hopefully.
Everyone was so happy. Great job, you.
And if you miss his voice too much, you can just follow him at twitch.tv.
Exactly. If you enjoyed the run, if you enjoyed the memes, be sure to follow me, twitch.tv/Shadoweh_, and my commentator here, who also runs this game along with other RPGs, twitch.tv/Christenarium.
Hello there. I'll just...
Yeah.
I'll
just say hi in chat, shamelessly.
I'll say hi too.
Who should be smiling with me aren't here.
That's us, right there. With our emotes.
Yeah.
Shameless,
Yeah.
even.
Yeah, we both run a lot of RPGs. We're very big on them. We love RPGs a lot.
Yeah.
We had no choice.
Got him.
Yeah, I run a very different thing.
Yeah.
I used to grind 10-2 to the point where I'd even do lots of runs offline.
The magic never worked.
I usually play this offline myself,
Is regret.
just for practice.
Yuna, I'm sorry.
No. I don't want this anymore.
So, pretty soon, I'll be able to start skipping dialogue again.
Yeah, pretty soon. Vegnagun jolts back into life, and they go, "Wait, we should probably do something about that and not have this emotional scene in which nothing's really done."
Yeah, instead of just sitting here talking.
I don't want battles where we have to lose in order to win.
Oh, they also have a bit of a chat as to how do they think they're going to get close to Shuyin.
Also, don't mind. Yeah. Don't mind the little braid just kind of going through her chest.
Give me your resolve.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's supposed to be there. Trust me.
So when she says "believe in Yuna," that's when I could start skipping after that line.
And the grand plan to get close to Shuyin without having to kill him
so we can
is with love.
Yes,
she pretends to be Len, who is his long-lost lover from age. However, like most things in this game, it's not a very well thought-out plan at all.
So basically, Len, the long-lost lover of Shuyin, who looks like Titus but isn't actually Titus, who is controlling Vegnagun, Len is trapped in the songstress stress sphere that we got in the beginning of the game that was stolen by, you know, LeBlanc right in the beginning during that concert cutscene. It goes full circle.
Yep, and then we, spoiler alert, get all the way up to Shuyin. And we're like, yes, we're Len. And he goes, ah, oh, Len, I love you. And then he steps closer and he's like, hang on a minute, you're not... What?
Yeah, you're not Len, you're actually Yuna.
You're Yuna, like, what the... How did you think this was gonna work?
Yeah.
Look.
Right. We're slowly getting to the
actual boss fights, yeah. Yeah.
The only scary one is left.
Yeah. Yeah, the scary fight would be the tail, because of the set damage that was mentioned earlier. Everything else is pretty much free.
Vegnagun jolts back into life. There he is.
Yep.
Mr. Cockroach Boy in the flesh.
Yeah, it just looks like a giant bug machine weapon thing.
Controlled by a piano.
Yeah. But don't worry, just like a Pokemon, I'm sure it'll evolve later. Do. Oh, Vegnagun is evolving. Do.
And there we are.
He has wings.
He has. That's the only. That's it. By the way, like he just has wings now.
Yeah. He's totally not going to get anything else. Like a cannon or something. That'd be ridiculous.
Cannon.
That would be
a
ridiculous.
Chest cannon, remember, we're in a marathon.
Yeah.
It's a chest cannon here.
We've got.
Guess that leaves.
Vegnagun evolved into scrap metal.
Okay,
Da. So yeah, everybody splits off to take care of the various body parts, but spoiler alert, our teammates are useless and we have to do everything.
Yeah, they try and hold it off and we all take one part, but they get battered. So.
And they basically all promise that, hey, we're gonna make it out of this together. Because High School Musical jokes or something, we're all in this together.
Well, hang on, check Flan's health, Is it above 1250?
No.
Okay, you wanna fix that?
He needs an ether too. And an antidote.
Every death on tail is like a minute. I'd rather avoid that.
Yeah, thanks for that.
The others are fine because they survive a swipe and a laser.
Yeah, Vegna Sword and Shield are in the other versions of the game.
Don't be afraid, Yuna. Your friends are your
I am afraid of this fight, thank you.
That's the 1250.
Yep.
Is the flare gonna go off? It will, right? Oh, wait, yeah. Cool.
Yep.
So we have the damage now, regardless. Fun fact: if you do too much damage here at once.
Yep.
Yeah, well, if you do too much damage here at once, he forgoes the laser. He just does double swipe.
This is scary. This is
Oh no! Don't ever turn stars down here. It's always a fixed amount of damage.
Okay. Well, I'm dead.
Yeah. You turn the stars down, so flare did like 200 damage or something.
Yeah. I'm just following.
Alright, do the health thing again, because he'll be back at 11 AC.
Yep. I'd like to note, I'm literally just following the notes, because the notes say to do that.
Yeah, the laser always does 600 damage, the swipe always does 1250.
Okay. Good to know. Ignore the notes for that fight completely. It does.
Tail attack, I've had enough for it. Oh god, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I think Ryder made them when this route was new.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid, Yuna. Your friends are your strength.
So yeah, you just leave it on.
Yeah, I'll leave it be.
The only meme thing that the goon can die to, he can die to being hit by the swipe, and then the poison chaining.
It's sad. The rest of the fight should be free. We're just going to do a little bit of healing in between and some menuing.
What's next?
Uni, they're in trouble.
But we've got 4 more fights. The leg, the core, the head, and then Shuyin.
Boss, let's get the heck out of here.
But we got past the scary fight.
Heal?
That's the scary one. We're past that now. Yeah, we're all fine.
The rest should be okay.
Just remember to heal up using like a mega elixir or
Yes.
something.
Yes.
Oh, he didn't drop a mega elixir. Sometimes he does.
Yeah. It's okay. I have mega potions too, so. Climb up, please. I didn't get the glitch where she jumped back. Because that'll happen sometimes.
Yeah, that's to do with angles, I think.
Yeah.
I always approach that one from like the very bottom, so that doesn't happen.
What are you doing here?
Yeah.
So, about earlier when we said that our teammates were never going to hold their own end.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go take care of the legs because the LeBlanc Syndicate couldn't do anything.
Unsurprising, honestly, considering how many times we've been there.
Yeah.
This guy has a bunch of attacks after you've killed him.
Yep.
Which is now. Is he doing things too scary?
Well, Flan died from flare.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So we're just gonna revive him real quick after this fight and heal him up.
Yeah.
And
Some
then-
RPGs, when they die after the battle, they have 1 HP. This isn't one of them. You got a Phoenix down there. Dude.
Yeah. So. Actually, I'm just gonna Mega Potion.
Yeah. You've only got one more
We're
fight.
gonna switch to Thief, and then we're gonna take the Iron Bangle off and put the ring back on.
Yep, he doesn't need the extra health for surviving anymore, so
yep.
He's now back to full glass cannon.
Oh hey, look, it's Logos and Ormi. I'm sure they're fine.
After being defeated, they tried to go on, and it didn't go very well.
Yeah.
Again.
They rolled a 1 on the d20. Boop boop
Yeah, unlucky. It
boop. Trying to do the Price is Right fail horn.
I did wonder. It sounded like the Sonic Drawful theme. Like...
So, surprise, surprise, more of our teammates are useless, and we've got to do the rest of the work.
This thing just keeps on ticking.
We'll finish.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy plan of, but what if we shoot it with a big gun? Unsurprisingly, didn't work again.
Yeah. But what if we use flare? Maybe that'll work.
Yeah. Don't worry, I have a plan!
This time the legs are just a distraction.
You can also hit the legs, they don't do anything, it just wastes a bit of time.
It wastes
You
turn,
can't
but
control who the creatures hit, so...
you have absolutely no control of that, sadly.
As you can see, Flan is back to being a very, very fast horse.
Yep. And Core's dead.
We did it! Phew. Where's Shooty?
So now we just got the head and then the big bad Shuyin himself.
Big and bad is a mild overstatement.
Yeah, Flan very strong. He is.
Flan is the strongest of boys.
Yes, he is our strong boy. Okay, yeah, I think I'll make estimate.
Yeah.
I just checked.
I thought you would to begin with too. But...
Yeah, well, I appreciate the compliment.
I just looked at my PV and I looked at how much was left, and I'm like, yeah, you should be fine here.
I'm just like, everything, like, a lot of stuff went wrong because of RNG.
Oh, capturing was, like, hilariously bad.
Yeah, that was, like, the worst capturing I've ever seen. Cypher's was awful.
Cypher's wasn't too bad, sort of.
And, you know, not skipping 1,000 words, that's another 4 minutes.
That's yeah, there's nothing you could have even done about that.
Yeah. Is Vegan Sword strong? Not really. Not in the speedrun. The tail is strong, that's the only scary fight, but we already did that.
Stay focused.
So yeah, the music's actually kind of epic here. And now Vegnagun's gonna evolve again. He's got a chest cannon.
Yeah, but it is just a chest cannon. I don't want anybody insinuating that that may be another body part.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing else. Okay. Yes. Sorry, you missed 1,000 words. I apologize, Quo.
So again, this is another fight where we don't want to attack the side things, but we don't have much of a choice. If we just have a mind on their own, they're just gonna go.
Yeah.
Luckily, they only have like 3,000 health each, so.
Yeah, give or take. So the head will usually, because the legs will usually do all the attacks instead, and the head will just waste turns reviving them. So you have nothing to worry about, and it's dead.
Just like that.
Yep. So.
And now we've got the head honcho left, Mr. James Arnold Taylor himself.
Yeah, we've got Shuyin left, so time is gonna come up in about, I'd say, 2 minutes. Because we've got a cutscene first with the whole Len shenanigans.
Yeah, the wonderful, well thought through plan of love didn't work.
Yeah, love never works.
She's not even in the outfit yet. Like she takes her time to.
Like
she's not even in the battle. She could have done it before.
Like literally, you literally have Shuyin just sitting there staring at her, and then poof, she turns into that. Like, come on.
I also don't know what she expects to happen.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, we can go together? Like, no, not really. Yuna is very much still alive.
Yeah.
There's something I must tell you. Words left unspoken for 1,000 years.
But he does mistake her for Len. Like, for a minute, maybe?
And I'm grateful. Grateful that you stayed with me until the end.
But I couldn't save you.
It doesn't matter. Please.
He does eventually realize.
Don't go on grieving.
This cutscene is also a bit longer than I remember it being.
Yeah.
Rest.
And finally, he stops haunting back.
Yep, he's Vareli's finally been set free. And Shuyin...
And as he gets a bit closer, he's like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
No.
But the lips aren't even the same color. Neither are their eyes. Like...
Yeah, so timing's gonna be coming up very soon.
Yeah. It's when time is when Shuyin dies, so when he falls.
when he falls over.
I'm a few seconds behind, so you have to call it.
And time.
There we go. Clap, clap, clap.
Clap, clap, clap. So yeah, we kind of already did our shoutouts earlier, but I'll do it again, I guess. If you like the run, if you like watching various RPG runs, be sure to follow me, the runner, twitch.tv/Shadoweh_, and my commentator, twitch.tv/Christinarium. And yeah, I hope you guys had fun watching 10 too. It was a lot of fun, a lot of memes, so... Because as you would expect with a game like this, that a lot of people just do not consider a canon sequel to the greatness that is, yeah, including the sequel to Final Fantasy X. So yeah,
I'm a 10-2 leaderboard mod, and I still don't consider this to be canon.
Yeah.
I just pretend it.
And I promise that oh, I like this game too. I don't like the story. I love the combat though, when you're not speedrunning it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Arguably the best in the series. But yeah, apologies for all the audio issues for like an hour and a half. I promise I'll have another run tomorrow night at 7 p.m. EDT with the original Final Fantasy on PSP, and you'll actually be able to hear me for that whole run, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But yeah.